Next we go the next chapter, the chapter number 3. That one is understanding quadrilaterals. The quadrilateral is not a new term. We already learned the term about the quadrilaterals. We study the different kinds of quadrilaterals and some properties of quadrilateral. But in this chapter we study in detail. Okay, some more extra properties, some more extra types of quadrilaterals and everything. Some new terms, ideas like that. Okay, and applications. Then what are we discussing in this chapter? That all very important. Okay, then to listen very well and study very well. And first we studying about the idea. We discussing about the idea. Just first we are recalling the idea, the closed curve and simple closed curve and not simple closed curve. Simple closed means we have the figures. It's a rectangle, rectangle, okay, and circle. These all are the examples of simple closed curve. These are the examples of simple closed curve. Then if you draw the figure like this, it's a closed, correct? It's a closed curve, but it's not simple closed. Then we write the letter like this. A number 8 is a closed curve. It's a closed curve, but it's not a simple closed. Then what do you mean by simple closed? Simple closed means the time. And for example, this one is a closed curve, but it's not simple closed. But this one is a simple closed curve. This one is not a simple closed curve. The simple closed curve means if the sides are not cross each other, the not crossing, that one is simple closed curve. Okay, if we join the points, that time the sides are not cross to each other, not crossing, that one is called a simple closed curve. Okay, the figure is closed and its sides are not cross each other, that figure is called a simple closed curve. Okay, in closed figures, sides are not cross each other, not crossing the sides, that figure is called, that curve is called simple closed. Okay, ഒരു ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവിന്റെ ഒരു സൈഡ് തമ്മിൽ ക്രോസ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ, പരസ്പരം കൂട്ടിമുട്ടുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ, ക്രോസ് ചെയ്ത് പോകുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെയാണ് എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? സിമ്പിൾ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവ് എന്ന് വിളിക്കുക. ക്രോസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതെന്തല്ല, is not a simple closed curve. 8 not a gap in between anywhere, correct? Is not a gap but is crossing, so this one is not a simple closed curve. Clear? And figure, if we draw the figure, it's a closed figure but is crossing, so it's not a simple closed curve. But if you draw like this, is closed, is not gap in between anywhere, correct? It's not now a gap anywhere, so it's a closed curve. And the sides are not crossing, so this one is simple closed curve. Then I think you got the idea what do you mean by simple closed curve. The sides of closed curve is not cross, then is called a simple closed curve. You got it? What is that? The sides of closed curve is not cross, then the figure is called, then the curve is called simple closed curve. Okay, the examples, triangle, rectangle, like that. Now we just started the chapter and you got the idea what you mean by simple closed curve and non-simple closed curve, correct? The next we go the very important idea, very important terms. Okay, what is that one? That one is polygons. What is polygon? Polygon is a simple closed curve made up of only line segment. It's very clear. What is that? Polygon means it's a simple closed curve. Simple closed curve means the sides are not cross at anywhere. Correct? The simple closed curve. And one more idea. What is that? And made up of only line segments. Okay? എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ പോളിഗൺ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ? പോളിഗൺ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു സിമ്പിൾ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവ് ആണ്. സിമ്പിൾ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിന്റെ സൈഡ്സ് എവിടെയും ക്രോസ് ചെയ്യില്ല. ആ ഫിഗേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കണം? ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ് കൊണ്ടാണ്. ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ്, വി യൂസ് ദ ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ് ആൻഡ് വി മേഡ് എ simple closed curve. That figure is called, that curve is called polygon. For examples, then rectangle, triangle. First one is triangle. Triangle is a polygon. Why? Because the sides are not cross at anywhere, correct? The sides are not crossing, and so it's a simple closed curve, and for make the triangle we use only for the line segment, correct? So triangle is a polygon. Rectangle, the case rectangle, rectangle is a polygon. Why? Because it's a simple closed curve, the sides are not crossing, and this one is made by using only line segment. We join the point we using only the line segment, correct? So the another example, this is a pentagon, correct? Pentagon, 5 sides. Then this also a simple closed curve made up of only line segment is called a polygon. Pentagon is also a polygon. Why? Because it's a simple closed curve made up of only line segment. Circle, circle is a polygon? No. Why? It's a simple closed curve? Yes, it's a simple closed curve, but we drawing this figure or we make this figure not by using the line segment, correct? ഈ ഫിഗർ നമ്മൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടല്ല? ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ് വെച്ചിട്ടല്ല. So this one is not a polygon. Clear? And this is a polygon. We check it. Is a simple closed curve? Yes, it's a simple closed curve. Any side is not cross, correct? And this one is made by a line segment. Yes, this figure is made by a line segment. So this one is a simple closed curve made up of line segment. So this figure is called a polygon. Okay, and another example. This figure, polygon. This figure is made by a line segment. Yes, this figure is made by a line segment, but it's not a simple closed, correct? It's not a simple closed. It's a closed curve but not simple. So this one is not a polygon. Okay, then I think you got the idea. What is that? What do you mean by the polygon? Polygon is a simple closed curve made up of line segment is called, then only is called polygon. അല്ലേ? എന്താണ്? ഒരു സിമ്പിൾ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവ്, അതിന്റെ സൈഡ്സ് ഒരിക്കലും ക്രോസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു ഫിഗർ ഏത് വെച്ചിട്ട് തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാക്കണം? ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ആ ഫിഗറിനെയാണ് മക്കളെ നമ്മൾ എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്? പോളിഗൺ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ട്രയാങ്കിൾ, റെക്ടാങ്കിൾ, പെന്റഗൺ, ഹെക്സഗൺ, ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, now we know what do you mean by polygon, correct? What is polygon? Polygon is a simple closed curve made up of only line segment. ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ് മാത്രം ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന സിമ്പിൾ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് കർവിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്തെന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? പോളിഗൺ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്, അല്ലേ? Then the next, we dividing the polygon as different kinds. We name it the polygons according to the number of sides. Okay, that are the first one. We make a figure by using line segment. How many line segment? 3 line segment, and joining them, then we get a figure. It's a simple closed curve, and we made this one by only line segment, and we call this type of figure, and we call it this type of figure as triangle. And what is the name of the figure? The figure name is triangle. We know that. What is a triangle? Triangle is a polygon with number of sides 3, correct? The number of side is equal to 3. Then we call the figure a simple closed curve or polygon as triangle. If we make a polygon by using line segment and we made their 4 side by use the 4-sided figure, that one is called quadrilaterals. Okay, quadrilateral. What is the number of side? The number of side is equal to 4. Then what do you mean by quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is a polygon with the number of side is equal to 4. Clear? Rectangle is a quadrilateral, square is a quadrilateral, parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Correct? We learned the figures like that. What do you mean by quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is a polygon with the number of sides is equal to 4. Clear? Then, if we make a polygon with the number of sides is equal to 5, that one is called pentagon. The number of sides is equal to 5, that one is called pentagon. Okay? Then, if we make a polygon with the number of sides is equal to 6, that one is called hexagon. What we call it? Hexagon. Is it 7? Then we call it a septagon. And is 8. The number of sides is 8 is called octagon. Okay, as like this we give the names of the polygons. Clear? So mainly we use these 4 polygons. What are they? Triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons and hexagon. Triangle means we know that the number of sides is equal to 3. Okay. Quadrilateral means the number of sides is equal to 4. Pentagon means the number of sides is equal to 5. Hexagon means the number of sides is equal to 6. If we divide, if we classify the polygon according to the number of sides. What are they? Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, septagon, octagon, like that. Okay. What are mainly we using? Mainly we use these 4. What are they? Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon and hexagon. Then the least number of such polygon, the least number of such polygon is triangle. The least number of such polygon is triangle. That means the smallest polygon is triangle. ഓക്കെ എന്താണ് നമ്മളെ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞ ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു എന്താണ് പോളിഗൺ അല്ലേ. ആ പോളിഗണിനെ അതിൻ്റെ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സൈഡ്സിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ പ്രധാനമായിട്ട് 4 ആയിട്ടാണ് തിരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചതാണ്? എന്തൊക്കെയാണത്? ട്രയാങ്കിൾ, ക്വാഡ്രിലേറ്ററൽ, പെൻറ്റഗൺ ആൻഡ് ഹെക്സഗൺ. ക്ലിയർ? Then which one is the least number of such polygon? The least number of such polygon is triangle. ഏറ്റവും ചെറിയ പോളിഗൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ആണ്. എത്ര സൈഡ് ആണ് അതിനുള്ളത്? 3. That is the main idea. We divide the polygon according to the number of sides. These are triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon and hexagon. Quadrilateral means number of sides is 3. Triangle means the number of sides is 3. Quadrilateral means the number of sides is 4. Pentagon means the number of sides is 5. Hexagon means the number of sides is 6. Okay. Then now you know which one is the least polygon. The least polygon is triangle. Correct. The next one is quadrilateral. If the number of sides is 5, then is called pentagon. Is 6 is called hexagon, like that. Am I right? Then we next discussing the main important idea. That one is diagonal. What is diagonal? A diagonal is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. Now you know that what do you mean by polygon. So the next we discussing the main important idea, diagonals of a polygon. What is diagonal? A diagonal is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. A diagonal is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. Then we know that what do you mean by consecutive? What do you mean by consecutive? Consecutive means they lies near. Correct? Consecutive means they lies near. We know that we learn it, the consecutive multiples, consecutive numbers, like that. Correct? So consecutive means they lies near. Then non-consecutive means they not lies near. അടുത്തടുത്തല്ലാത്തത് എന്നാണ് അതിനർത്ഥം. Okay. Then what is diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment. Is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. അല്ലേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് മക്കളെ? ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ അടുത്തടുത്തല്ലാത്ത വെർട്ടിസസിനെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റ്, അതിനെയാണ് എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. എന്താണ് ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ? ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ തൊട്ടടുത്തല്ലാത്ത വെർട്ടിസസ് തമ്മിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റിനെയാണ് എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. Okay, diagonal is a line segment joining any two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. For example, here we know that we draw it some polygons here, correct? Then this one, now what we call this one? How many sides here? Number of sides is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a four-sided figure. Then we call it as quadrilaterals. Okay, quadrilaterals. We give the name is A, B, C, D. The second example, what is this? How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of sides is equal to 5. Then we call it as pentagon. Correct? Pentagon. Then here 1, 2, 3, 4. Four-sided figure, so it's a quadrilaterals. Correct? It's a quadrilateral. Then we listen. Then what is the non-consecutive vertices of this polygon? What are the consecutive vertices? The consecutive vertices means D and A are consecutive vertices. A, B are consecutive. B and C are consecutive. C and D are consecutive. Okay. In this example, what are consecutive vertices? Consecutive vertices. What are? T, P, P, Q, Q, R, S, S, T. These all are consecutive vertices. But what is diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment joining non-consecutive vertices. Like consecutive എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അടുത്തടുത്തുള്ളതാണ്. പിയും ക്യൂവും അടുത്തടുത്താണ്, ക്യൂവും ആറും അടുത്താണ്, ആറും എസും അടുത്താണ്, എസും ടിയും അടുത്താണ്, ടിയും പിയും അടുത്താണ് അല്ലേ. അപ്പൊ ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അടുത്തടുത്ത് വരാത്ത വെർട്ടിസസ് തമ്മിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റിനെയാണ് എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? ഡയഗണൽ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. Then what is diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment joining non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. Correct. The next, then we just join. What are the non-consecutive vertices? D and B are not non-consecutive vertices. Why? They are not lies near. Like A and C are non-consecutive vertices. Correct. So we join them. If we join them, we get a line segment. Or we join the non-consecutive vertices by line segment. So this line segment AC and DB, the line segment AC and DB are called diagonals. In this example, it is possible to draw many diagonals because what are non-consecutive vertices? P and R are non-consecutive vertices. So if we join P and R by using a line segment, if we join P and R by using a line segment, then we call PR is a diagonal of this pentagon. Okay, then other one, T and R, these two are non-consecutive vertices. If we join by use a line segment, then TR is a diagonal. Okay, then TS is a diagonal? No. Then SP is a diagonal. Correct? Because P and S are non-consecutive vertices. If we join a non-consecutive vertices, then PS is called diagonal. Possible to draw any other diagonal? Yes, one more is possible. What is that? T and Q are non-consecutive vertices. If we join it by using a line segment, if we join T and Q, then TQ is a diagonal. Okay, so here non-consecutive vertices. A and C are non-consecutive vertices. B and D are non-consecutive vertices. Correct. So here is possible to draw the diagonal by joining A and C. If we join like this, AC is a diagonal. AC is a diagonal of this quadrilateral. Correct. And if we join like this, B and D, BD is a B and D are a non-consecutive vertices. We join them by using a line segment. So BD is a diagonal of these quadrilaterals. Okay, I think you got the idea what is by diagonal. What is diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ അടുത്തടുത്തല്ലാത്ത രണ്ട് വെർട്ടിസസിനെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ലൈൻ സെഗ്മെന്റിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? diagonal എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. Clear? Then you know how to draw a diagonal. Am I right? We're dividing the polynomial as mainly two, that are convex and concave polygon. Okay, now we know what you mean by diagonal. On the base of diagonal, we divide the polygon as mainly two, that are convex and concave. Okay, then what is convex polygon? Polygon that are convex have no portion of their diagonals in their exteriors. Okay, otherwise is called concave. What is convex? Convex means is a polygon, correct, and there is no portion of their diagonals in their exterior. That means if we draw the diagonals of the polygon, that time is not like the outside, is called convex. If it lies the outside, is called concave. For example, here we have the three figures. If we draw the diagonals of this quadrilateral, that will lies completely the inside of the figure, correct? The diagonals of this quadrilateral, if we draw the diagonals, that will lies completely the inside of the figure. If you draw like this or like this, the diagonal completely lies the inside of the figure. And here also, if you draw the diagonals, the diagonal lies completely the inside of the figure. That means not comes any portion of the diagonal outside of the figure, correct? There is not come the exterior part. Everything is like the inside, interior, correct? Then here also, then this type of polygon is called convex. Here, if we draw the diagonal, there is no portion of their diagonal lies exterior, is called convex. Then here, if we draw the diagonal of this quadrilateral like this, if we join these non-consecutive vertices, that means this diagonal that will lie the outside of the figure. Here also, if you draw like this, that will lie the outside of the figure. Here, this one is lies outside of the figure. So this type of polygon is called concave polygon. Clear? എന്താണ് മക്കളെ പറഞ്ഞത്? എന്താണ് കോൺവെക്സും കോൺകേവും തമ്മിലുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം? കോൺവെക്സ് കോൺകേവ് നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസിഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഡയഗണലിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഡയഗണൽ വരക്കുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ആ ഡയഗണൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഡയഗണലിൻ്റെ അവർ എത്ര ഡയഗണൽ വരക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുമോ ആ പോളിഗണിൻ്റെ വരയ്ക്കുന്ന പറ്റുന്ന ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഡയഗണൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു പോർഷൻ ഫിഗറിൻ്റെ ഔട്ട്സൈഡിലേക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എക്സ്റ്റീരിയർ പാർട്ടിലേക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് വിളിക്കും? കോൺകേവ് എന്ന് വിളിക്കും. പുറത്ത് വരുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കോൺകേവ് എന്നും, പുറത്ത് വരുന്നില്ല ഉള്ളിൽ തന്നെയാണ് ഉള്ളതെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ കോൺവെക്സ് എന്നും വിളിക്കും. ക്ലിയർ? What is convex and concave polygon? Polygon that are convex have no portion of their diagonals in their exteriors. Otherwise is called concave. I think you got this idea. The next idea is regular and irregular polygons. Regular polygon and irregular polygons. Regular polygon means a regular polygon is both equiangular and equilaterals. Okay, equiangular and equilaterals. What is this meaning? A regular polygon is a polygon with equiangular and equilateral. Equiangular means equal angles. Equilateral means equal sides. A polygon have all angles are equal and all sides are equal, then is called regular polygon. Most common examples of the regular polygon that are equilateral triangle and square. Then we know that in the case of equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. Correct? Equilateral triangle, all sides are equal and all angles are equal. So equilateral triangle is equilateral and equiangular. Equiangular and equilaterals. So equilateral triangle is a regular polygon. Clear? And square. We know the idea in the case of square, all sides are equal and all angles are 90 degrees. So the square is also a regular polygon because it's a equilateral and equiangular and equilateral. So this like in a polygon that all angles are equal and all sides are equal, then is called regular polygon. Okay, I think you got this idea of what I mean by regular polygon. Clear? Then what is irregular polygon? Irregular polygon means not satisfy equiangular and equilateral together is called irregular polygon. രണ്ടും ശരിയാവുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് മാത്രം ശരിയായ പോലെ രണ്ട് കണ്ടീഷനും ശരിയാവുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ വിളിക്കുന്ന പേരാണെന്ത്? irregular polygon. If it satisfy both equiangular and equilateral, then is regular. Is not satisfy any one of this two, then is called irregular polygon. ഇതിൽ രണ്ടിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒന്നോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ രണ്ടും ഇല്ലാത്ത സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്യാത്ത പോളിഗണിനെയാണ് എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? irregular polygon. The example, rectangle. Rectangle, we know that all angles are equal, correct? All angles are equal. All angles are 90 degrees. So it's an equiangular. But all sides are not equal. Just opposite side only equal, correct? All sides are not equal. So it's not satisfy equilateral. The rectangle is not satisfy the property equilateral. Is satisfy only the property equiangular. So the rectangle we consider as irregular polygon. And in the case of right triangle, we know that all angles are not equal. All angles are not equal, so is not equiangular. You know, it's very clear. All sides are not equal. Hypotenuse is the larger side. Is not equal to the base and height. Correct. So is not satisfy the equilateral also. We consider the right triangle as irregular polygon. By regular polygon means the polygon must have the properties equiangular and equilateral. Next we are discussing about the idea angle sum property. Okay, how to find the angle sum property of a polygon and what is the angle sum property. Clear? We know that what is the least polygon, the least number of set polygon is triangle. Then we know the angle sum property of triangle. So we starting to find the angle sum property of other polygon by using the triangle. Okay, then it's a triangle means what is the number of side? The number of side is equal to 3. What is the angle sum of this triangle? What is the sum of all the angles of the triangle? We learned it already. What is the angle sum of triangle? Means what is the total of 3 angles of this triangle? 3 angles of this triangle is equal to 180 degree. What is the angle sum of triangle? The angle sum of triangle is equal to 180 degree. Okay, then we starting the least polygon, that one is triangle. So next we need to find the angle sum of quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means is a 4-sided figure, correct? The number of side is equal to 4. So now we don't know the angle sum of quadrilateral, we know only the angle sum of triangle, correct? Now we need to find the angle sum of quadrilateral, we don't know what is that. So for finding the angle sum of quadrilateral, now we know the angle sum of triangle. So for finding the angle sum of quadrilateral, we divide the quadrilateral as triangle. For finding the angle sum of quadrilateral, we divide the quadrilateral as triangle by draw the diagonals. Okay, so here is possible to draw any diagonal 2 ways. I drawing like this. Okay, then I construct a diagonal. That diagonal divide the quadrilateral as 2 triangles, correct? 2 triangles. Then we know that in this quadrilateral angle sum is the sum of first angles of first triangle and sum of the angles of second triangle, correct? This quadrilateral's total angle is sum of the angles of this first triangle plus sum of the angles of this second triangle, correct? ഇതാണ് നമുക്ക് ഈ ക്വാഡ്രിലാറ്ററലിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ അറിയില്ല അത് എത്രയാണ് എന്നുള്ളത്. അത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ നമ്മളെ കയ്യിലുള്ളത് എന്ത് മാത്രമാണ്? ട്രയാങ്കിളിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം മാത്രമാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഡയഗണൽ വരച്ച് ഈ ക്വാഡ്രിലേറ്ററിന് 2 ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ആക്കി. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും, എന്താണ് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുക? ഈ ക്വാഡ്രിലേറ്ററിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ 2 ട്രയാങ്കിളിന്റെയും ആംഗിൾസ് തമ്മിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും? ആഡ് ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, ഈ 2 ട്രയാങ്കിളിന്റെയും ആംഗിൾസ് എന്ത് ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും? ആഡ് ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും. സോ the angle sum of first triangle plus angle sum of second triangle is equal to angle sum of quadrilateral. Correct. Then what is the angle? We know that to adding the angle sum of first triangle and angle sum of second triangle, what is that? The angle sum of first triangle is 180 degree. Correct. 180 degree plus what is the angle sum of second triangle? That's also 180 degree. So we know that 180 plus 180 is equal to 360. 360 degree. Correct. So we know the idea. If we adding one number twice, then what is the easy way to find that sum? That is equal to, if we adding one number twice, that one is equal to, yes, 2 into the same number. Correct. 2 into same number. 2 into 180 is equal to what you get? 360. So we are writing the angle sum of quadrilateral is equal to 360. How do we get? We have the two triangles, that is the number of triangle into the angle sum of one triangle. അല്ലേ, നമുക്ക് ക്വാഡ്രിലേറ്ററിലെ ആംഗിൾ സം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തത് എന്താണ് മക്കളെ? നമ്മൾ ക്വാഡ്രിലേറ്ററിനെ എത്ര ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ആക്കി? 2 ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ആക്കി. ആ എണ്ണം കൊണ്ട് ട്രയാങ്കിളിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സമ്മിനെ എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി? മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്താൽ മതി. How do we find the angle sum of the quadrilateral? We find the angle sum of quadrilateral. We divide the quadrilateral as 2 triangles. So the number of triangle is 2, and we multiply that 2 and the one angle sum of one triangle. 2 and angle sum of one triangle, that is equal to 360. That is the angle sum of quadrilateral. Next, we need to find the pentagon. Here also we don't know what is the angle sum of pentagon. So we know the base one, what is that? The angle sum of triangle. Here also we divide the pentagon as triangles by drawing the diagonal. Okay, so how many? We draw the diagonal like this, then we get the 3 triangles. Correct. The number of side of pentagon is equal to 5. That pentagon we divide as 3 triangles. Correct. 3 triangles. So how to find the angle sum of these triangles? As like this. Here we divide the 2 triangles and we multiply 180 into 2. We know that the angle sum of this pentagon means the angle sum of these 3 triangles. The total of angle sum of these 3 triangles. അല്ലേ, ഈ പെന്റഗണിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ 3 ട്രയാങ്കിളിന്റെയും ആംഗിൾ സം എന്ത് ചെയ്തതാണ്? ആഡ് ചെയ്തതാണ്. That means 180 plus 180 plus 180. Then how do we find that one? That one is, how many triangles we have here? We have the 3 triangles. Then 3 into what is the angle sum of one triangle? Angle sum of one triangle is equal to 180. Into 180 is equal to 540. Angle sum of pentagon. Angle sum of pentagon is equal to 540 degree. Correct? 540 degree. Then here next we finding the angle sum of hexagon. So as like here we dividing this one also triangles. Then we draw the diagonals. Then how many triangles? What is the number of sides of hexagon? The number of sides is equal to 6. Okay. Then how many triangles we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 4 into 180. Correct? 4 into 180, because we get here 4 triangles. So the angle sum of this hexagon is the sum of the total of angle sum of these 4 triangles. One triangle's angle sum is equal to 180. Then 4 into 120 is equal to 20. Is equal to, then angle sum of hexagon is equal to 720. Here we getting an idea. Okay, from here we getting an idea. If the number of side of a polygon is 4, how do we find the angle sum? ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സൈഡ് 4 ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം എങ്ങനെ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചത്? That one is 2 into 180, correct? 2 into 180. Here the number of side of this polygon is 5. We multiply this like this, 3 into 180, correct? 3 into 180. If the number of sides of polygon is 6, then how do we do? 4 into 180. 180 is common, correct? 180 is common all the cases. So it's very clear, for finding the angle sum of a polygon, we need to multiply with 180 degree. Correct? 180 degree. ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ ഏതിനെയാണ് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? 180 ഡിഗ്രിയാണ് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. ഓക്കെ, എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ? റിലേഷൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ you have a relation between 4 and 2. I have a relation between 5 and 3. Have a relation between 6 and 4. How to get? We know the number of sides. How do we get 2? We know the number of sides. How to get 3? We know the number of sides. How to get 4? That is very clear. How do we get that one? That one is this number of side minus 2. Correct? 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പം എന്താണ് മക്കളെ, നമ്മൾ ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സൈഡ് അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ ആ പോളിഗണിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ, ആംഗിൾ സം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? 180 ഡിഗ്രിയെ മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം. ഏതുകൊണ്ട്? നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സൈഡിൽ നിന്ന് എത്ര മൈനസ് ചെയ്തതിനെ കൊണ്ട്? 2 മൈനസ് ചെയ്തതിനെ കൊണ്ട്. If, for example, angle sum, the number of side of a polygon is 10, how to find the angle sum? The angle sum is equal to, we need to multiply 180 degree into 180 degree. 10 minus 2, what is 10 minus 2? 8. 8 into 180 degree. If you multiply 8 into 180 degree, that is the angle sum of a polygon has 10 side. Okay, so we concluding the idea like this. If a polygon have number of side n, okay, if a number of sides of a polygon is n, then the angle sum is equal to n minus 2 into 180 degree. If a number of side of a polygon is n, then angle sum is equal to n minus 2 into 180 degree. N minus 2 into 180. What is n? N is representing the number of sides. For example, if a polygon have, if the number of side of a polygon is equal to 32, how to find the angle sum? Therefore, the angle sum is equal to equation n minus 2 into 180 degree is equal to, what is n? N is representing the number of side. What is the number of side? The number of side is equal to 32. 32 minus 2 into 180 degree. 32 minus 2 is 30 into 180 degree. Okay, 30 into 180 is equal to 5400 degree. 5400 degree. Okay, that is the angle sum of a polygon have the number of side is equal to 32. ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ സൈഡ് 32 ആണെങ്കിൽ, ഒരു പോളിഗണിന്റെ സൈഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 32 ആണെങ്കിൽ, അത് നമ്പർ ഓഫ് സൈഡ് 32 ആണെങ്കിൽ ആ പോളിഗണിന്റെ ആംഗിൾ സം എത്രയായിരിക്കും? 5400. Okay, it's an idea we're discussing. How to find? You just study the angle sum of triangle, the angle sum of quadrilaterals, angle sum of pentagon, and angle sum of hexagon, and the general idea of how to find the angle sum of a polygon. Okay, and don't forget the idea what do you mean by polygon, what is diagonal, what is convex and convex polygon, and what is regular and irregular polygon, and also the ideas what are we discussed in the case of angle sum property. Okay, that's all are very important.